Hello everyone, and welcome back to Castle Mac. Thank you all for joining me tonight, friends, players, viewers alike. I have a special surprise for everyone, for the players and for you, dear viewers. This is the hard work of a good friend of mine. I'll give credit where it's due in just a moment. Dear friends, give your attention to my computer screen as everyone back home is treated to our new intro video. I hope all of you enjoyed that new intro video. That was done, of course, by our friend Sean Goodison, aka the High Score Kid, and was a labor of love. So many little details in there for you guys to look at. All the beloved characters. We canonized Whistler having nipple rings. Well, not rings, just piercings.
This was unknown to me.
Barbells, apparently, only.
I woke up one day.
Yeah, Whistler was, of any of the Finders of the Deep to have, nipple piercings.
No, it was totally a prank between Hydarian and Nami.
I could see that. He just went,
Nami pierced him, Hydarian held him down.
I would have wanted to be awake.
Like that.
What did you guys think?
That was great.
was
Sean,
incredible.
I'm speechless.
dope. Thank you. Music by Andra, as always. I don't get to hear it,
Yeah. Right.
because we can't hear it anymore, and I always forget how dope that
Yeah.
the soundtrack is.
Yes, it is awesome. Andrew did a bang-up job there. Okay, we got a lot going on tonight. We're going to have a giveaway by our friend Sarah, a.k.a. Aras Savad, or Eris Savad. I'm not sure. I always forget how she wants to pronounce that cool name she has. It is a handmade keychain that looks super cool. You've probably seen her stuff all over Twitter. If you haven't, make sure to check it out because it's really cool stuff. She makes dice trays and things like that. We've got more Blue Boat stickers to give away, so we'll have some trivia. That'll be coming up later. We also have the announcement of the winner of our Limerick contest. But all of these can wait because I think it is D&D time. Lydia, I need your full attention. Enid, you're standing in the room in the back of the Bowyer shop. You've only just seen the entity who introduced herself as Mab Utiana disappear, and the chalk outlines that once glowed as a portal clearly to the Feywild have faded into nothing but chalk. And as you stare in rapt silence, the name triggers something deep, some memory, perhaps decades old. And you're taken back. And here you are in what approximates to a schoolyard in the Feywild. In fact, it's quite bizarre. Grasses wave in breezes that aren't there, their colors iridescent like an oil slick. All around you, gossamer threads fly through the air as if spiders had let loose their balloons, but nothing attached to them. You hear exotic bird sounds all around and stranger creatures yet. And you sit in a semicircle. And Isabel needs to turn that down. That's really loud. Although, actually, it's probably not being picked up now that we've got these new mics. Kids sit around in a semicircle, and one of the older boys, he's an Eladrin as well, finishes telling the story. And he ends it with, "And Mab will steal your soul and eat your heart." And everyone sort of looks, in rapt terror, and you've heard the stories of Mab Utiana, the Queen of Dark, and everyone looks terrified, and you look around and match the faces of your schoolmates, all various Eladrin for the most part, although there's a young satyr sitting there as well, whose goat hooves are kind of kicking at the dirt and some approximation of fear. And then one of the bullies turns to you, Enid, and announces to the rest, "But Enid's not scared because she's not a real fae." And one of the little girls responds, "Yeah, she's just a changeling. She's a human. She doesn't even belong here."
That's so mean of them to say.
What do you think you would do?
Why would you say that?
It's just what my mom said. Yeah, Enid never studies because she doesn't care. She's a human, and she's stupid. And Enid, you feel a rage rising inside you. You look as your skin fluctuates from green to orange, and before you know it, you're sitting up on a branch of a tree, some feet away, and a small scorch mark is left in the grass where you were. The kids all get up and scatter, screaming. You hear them all talking about how Enid went crazy and attacked them.
I would be in the tree like, human.
You sit there for a few moments before a voice from behind you. "Hi, Maisie." "Enid, are you all right?" You turn and you see your older sister, Magnus. She's in winter as she normally is, her skin a slight twinge of blue, white hair that she's done up in several braids in the back that combine into one large braid. Quite beautiful, they're very intricate. And she looks up at you and says, "Come on, come down. That's okay."
I would climb down.
You climb down, she gives you a big hug, and you snap out of it as you feel a hand on your shoulder behind you. As Hydarian has entered the back room of the Bowyer Fletcher shop, seeing the portal before you, now only reduced to chalk markings on an old wall.
Did they see the portal at all?
No. Although whether or not you all heard what was going on in there, I will leave up to you.
I don't think Whistler heard. I don't think there's any reason he would have.
Your mic is hitting the chains and causing noise. Thanks. All right. There you stand, staring at this portal, having, against Whistler's best advice, given your name to the name of fear from long ago in your childhood.
I think that I would just be like standing there like wide-eyed looking at the wall. Like I can't really be pale because I'm an Eladrin, but I'm probably like a very dim, like ashy shade of what I normally am.
Enid, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Are you? How are you?
Tired.
How are those girls in the other room?
Alive.
Okay, let's go back to them.
If you insist.
I do.
Would you like to allow Hydarian to make an insight check?
Yes.
Would you like him to auto-succeed or roll it?
Roll it.
Okay. Why don't you roll it? Whistler, in the meantime, you are now consoling Myrdia, who is just looking sheerly terrified.
Okay.
All right. You're not sure. I mean, something is strange, but you're just not sure what. You just don't know. What do you do, Enid? You return with Hydarian to the other room? Mm-hmm. All right. And in the other room, the two girls lie passed out on the floor, having been beaten unconscious, essentially. Have you restrained them at all?
Yes, I actually would have directed... I would have directed Nami to do it, with the additional... Be sure to bind their mouths as well.
You think I've never bound anyone before?
Just so we don't have any tricksy spells in case they wake up before we leave.
All right. They are bound and gagged on the ground. Myrdia has taken a seat in some dingy-looking chair in this run-down Bowyer Fletcher shop, and she has her head in her hands, sobbing.
I would I would go sit with Myrdia.
All right. She kind of looks up at you. Like, did you see her?
Did I see her?
She gives you a look and looks around the room and seems to confusedly wonder why you would keep the secret. And she kind of raises an eyebrow at you and puts her head back in her hands.
I would put my arm around her and like give her a little hug. I want her to know that I know, but I also don't want to talk about it.
Okay. The rest of you see Enid come and sit by her, and you certainly heard the question. And, by the way, you all did hear that bird song.
Yeah.
You did hear that.
Oh, I forgot about the bird.
Mm-hmm.
I think Whistler would take a mental note, but I think he's also still pretty drawn for a moment. I think his mannerisms are a little un-Whistler. Like, they're not as fluid or carefree. They're almost a little nervous. Like, I think he's rubbing his hands slightly. A bit nervous. Myrdia.
She looks up at you and she's like, yes.
My sweet girl. We've come to, one, liberate you, two, let you know some unfortunate news.
She's like, what could be more unfortunate than this? I don't have anywhere to go.
You do, though. You get to go home.
Home? I don't have a home. This is my home. What are you talking about?
Troll Skull Manor.
She's like, I don't want to go back there. Why would I want to go back there? That place is nothing to me now. It's nothing.
I kind of look at them. Sometimes spirits, when they have unfinished business, are still bound to this plane without moving on.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to put it as plainly as I can. Those two murdered your father, Sif.
I mean, she looks down at them just... What? No. He hung himself. He couldn't handle it after Mother left.
I'm afraid that's untrue. That's what they told you. But they hung him. We did a seance because we felt a spirit in Troll Skull. We've taken it over. I was pulled into the vision of your father. They murdered him, my dear. In cold blood. And they lied to you to get something from you.
No. No, that can't be. They've taken me in. They've cared for me these months, these years. That's impossible. That can't be true. They made me do things for her, for Mab.
Who is Mab?
The demon.
Demon?
Demon?
Who gives them their powers.
Ah, so they made you murder for Mab.
No, I never killed.
So they made you do bad things, though, for Mab. So why would it be so hard to expect that they actually killed your father so that they could get you?
Mab gave them power, was going to give me power.
Uh-huh.
I do know a thing or two about that. One, demons are pure madness. Nobody makes pacts with demons, so it can't be a demon.
What do you mean? What is it then? I saw her. She was terrifying.
I know who Mab is.
How do you know who Mab is?
Well, look at me. I'm from the Fae. And Mab, she's from the Fae too. She's an archfey.
She's not a demon?
Well, she is very mean. But no. When I was a little girl, there were always stories about how Mab would come and she would take your soul and she would eat your heart. But those were stories.
These weren't stories. I saw her. She comes every night at sunset.
To do what?
Give us our orders. Remind them that they're bound to her. They made a pact. She granted them powers.
You know, I did hear the Omnish Scordatat.
I'm going to give you an inspiration for remembering the name of a bird I came up with several sessions ago.
I always want to say
Big
tutoring,
bird.
but that's the other bird.
The other bird I came up with. Here you go. I'm not
My
good at
bird?
naming animals. That's Raven's bird.
That's Raven's bird.
Here you go. Here's everyone else's Castle Mac inspiration to give out as you see fit to your fellow players.
The meaning
Just
of
sprinkle them all around.
life. You're an inspiration bae.
I heard that Scordatat, that sound. And sunset's the only time.
It was her bird, sat on her shoulder, a gray, ugly thing. It always preceded her coming.
So you mean she was...
I think Enya would let out like a loud sigh, like, I didn't want to tell you all this because I didn't want you to worry. But in the back, there was a portal, and Mab came. It's fine, though.
She was here, or was she on the other side of the portal?
Like, half in, half out.
Did she speak to you?
She never came through. The portal was only open for a brief moment. She had us do her bidding.
Probably can't cross through.
I was wondering why my compass felt so hot.
Why would you keep this from us?
Well, I just didn't want you to worry.
But that is your safety.
Remember the last
Our
time I kept a
safety.
secret?
Which one?
The time I went off on my own and didn't have anyone worry about me?
Almost died.
Yeah, friends really shouldn't keep secrets.
I love Enid. There you go.
Friends really shouldn't keep secrets.
Surprises aren't secrets.
Surprise, it's Mab!
An inspiration.
Well, she can't cross through. She had to have these two do her bidding. And you as well. I'm so sorry, my dear. You should have never had to be wrapped up in that. Plus, she knows who...
Her face flushes. She looks embarrassed. She's shaking and just stares at the ground. It's memories of the activities she had done over the last few years.
You know, I've done some terrible things myself.
This is true.
And, you know, just knowing that you can wake up tomorrow and not do bad things anymore can help you get by sometimes.
I mean, she looks at you and nods. Seems to have resonated with her a bit.
I'll tell you something that I know about beings of power and what they know about everybody on the material plane. Gods and devils, they're all just bankers. Just rival bankers. And what they want is your choices. And you have the power to stop investing in one bank and invest in the other. It's all about your personal choice. You have an opportunity now. You were young. You were coerced. You were lied to.
I mean, when you say that, her face kind of twists in rage as she looks at the two bodies bound and gagged on the ground. I can't believe they would lie to me like that.
People will do many things for power.
The evil like nothing more than to subvert the pure and good-hearted.
But if she cannot cross to this plane, we are relatively safe, yes?
Whistler, I have to tell you something.
What's that, my dear?
I accidentally, I told Mab my name. And now I understand why you've always said those things about not telling people your name.
I hope the laugh picked up my actual goal.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, my dear, don't be sorry.
I'm going to change it tomorrow.
My dear,
Do I have to go somewhere and sign a paper with a new name? Is that what I have to do?
your true name's your true name. You can never change it.
But I could... okay.
You can only not use it, my dear. I don't know. And I'm basing her not being able to cross over on devils, so in all honesty, I don't know if she can cross over. I don't know if she has other agents. I don't know what havoc she can wreak. I don't know.
You didn't do anything bad to her.
Well, we've stopped all her agents.
Two young
We have
ones.
not killed them, though. They are still alive.
This little look at there for a second. Yes, they are.
What would Enid know about
What would Enid do?
WWE? Well, Enid would try to be its friend, number one. But
Right.
what would Enid know about like travel between the Fae and here? Because I got here because I was able to study like when the two planes lined up.
I think you would know a number of things. You're not sure what would be applicable here, but you would know that she probably derives a lot of her power from the magic that flows within the Feywild, and so crossing over may make her weaker in the material plane. That's at least one possibility. You also know that she may just not want to get trapped here. I mean, you saw how the brief instant the portal was open. You know, 20 seconds was about how long it was open. So those might be some of the suppositions you would come to. But that being said, you don't know if there's anything that would prevent her from coming over. You certainly weren't prevented.
It'll hit Whistler like a ton of bricks. And he'll think about his own past. Okay. I don't want to alarm you. But you do have a family in the Fae?
Uh-huh.
If they can't get to you directly, they'll get to you indirectly.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's all fine.
Enid, I'm a born liar. And let me tell you, as somebody whose father was murdered to get to me, it is a pain you will carry. I'll also look at Meridia.
Miriam catches your eyes for a second and then looks at the ground, face still red.
I need to find a way to warn my family.
What exactly did you do?
I said, I'm Enid.
But why would she come after you?
Because she's evil. She wants to eat my heart and soul.
Did she seem to suggest that knowing your name meant something to her or gave her some satisfaction?
Yes.
But if she didn't do anything wrong to harm her,
Maybe I'm not the only Enid in the Feywild. Maybe she'll find another one, but then their family would be in trouble.
That Enid would be in trouble. All Enids may be in danger. These things are mercurial creatures. It's their whims. Again, I'm saying that. I'm assuming anything that makes pacts is a bit that way. I'm basing this off devils, though. If these two are any indication, it works about the same. Though clearly less efficiently.
well, maybe Meridia.
Miridia.
Well, maybe Meridia knows a way that we could please this creature.
I don't think you can.
She's like, I don't know. She just made us do things we didn't always understand them.
What kinds of things?
Robbery, kidnappings, worse.
What did she have you steal?
Trinkets, you can have them. I have some magic trinkets that they won't be using anymore, and I don't want any part of.
I'm curious at least to see the trinkets. They could give us some indication, maybe.
Many of them we sold. Some of them we sold to a man who was shaven bald with tattoos all over his head. But I'll grab these. And she goes over and pulls out a little tin box.
What kind of tattoos? Eyeballs?
No, they weren't eyeballs. They were just strange symbols, magic symbols, maybe arcane of some sort. He seemed, well, frankly, he spoke fairly, but seemed foul, if that makes sense.
A strange accent?
Yes, didn't sound Waterdeepian.
Can I make a check to see if I would...
Absolutely you can. Or you can just tell me if you know. I'm okay with that too.
It just seems like
Whistler's been around.
they're pretty widespread. Like, it's not like they're secret.
I'm seeing how far we can go without rolling any dice. So if you, I think Whistler is
it a wizard of
reasonable.
Thay?
I know that
Whistler
they got
would know.
trade things. They've tried to dig into all sorts of arcane all over.
They have. Yeah, they have.
Wow. The long reach of Thay.
Of they who?
I'm gonna kiss your fucking forehead. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna just do one kiss, but then just hold it, like...
But who are they?
You pure. The Red Wizards of Thay.
I'm just joking. I know who they are.
Okay, good. For those, do you know who they are?
I do not think we encountered them on our ship. That was before I joined.
No doubt. They're pretty much maybe the most evil organization on the material plane. Arcane wizards, sorcerers, digging into all sorts of magic. From what I heard, they had a hand in the cult of the dragon, trade things. They'll do any ritual, no matter how savage or disturbing, to gain more power.
He seemed hungry for magic items, was willing to pay quite well for them, actually.
I've dealt with a Thay once before. One of them wanted to marry an Azamar. So we just got him an Azamar.
I think his name was Rovik.
Rovik.
I don't know anything else about him. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, I'll give you that. Hold on to that. That was good. That was some deep cuts there.
For myself.
Yeah, deep cuts.
Also, ouch.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
How's those?
Anyways, you can have these. He would be expecting us, but take them, please.
Where exactly would he be expecting you all to meet?
It would be different. We would do drop locations or meet in the sewers. I think we were going to meet him in a sewer up in the Sea Ward.
Nope, that's not happening.
Anyways, please, take these. I don't want anything to do with them.
We'll take them off your hands.
Do you open the tin?
I think I dare not open the tent.
Explodes in your face.
You find
You did.
3 magical items. And in true Castle Mac form, I'm just going to tell you what they are, because nobody has identified, and there's no point playing that out. Number 1, you see a strange glass vial with a cork stopper, and the glass almost seems completely invisible. It's like you have to find a perfect angle to even see that there's anything more than just a cork floating. This is oil of infernal espionage. You can use an action to apply a small amount to an iron or wooden door or thin wall, and the coated area becomes see-through for the next 10 minutes, only from your direction. It has 3 uses.
Whistler's not allowed
Peepin'.
to have that.
It is the oil of infernal peeping. Somebody write this down. I'm not
Of
checking it.
infernal voyeurism.
You also find the ring of crawling and climbing. You pick up the small ring, and there is a don't want this to alarm anyone, unrelated, a piece of amber, and on top of it there is a centipede inside that seems to be living. And wall-worn and attuned to, you have a crawling, meaning hands and knees, and climbing speed equal to your movement speed.
Tight.
And finally, the last item is the monocle of tracking. Once per day, the person who is attuned to it can affix the monocle to their eye and see the footprints of any living target for up to 10 minutes. The living target must have been seen before by the wearer. So no matter what, you can put it on and see exactly where someone went, sort of glowing on the ground.
That'd be pretty helpful for Reno right
Those are the 3 magic items that you find. All of them
3.
will require attunement, but
now. Do our stones?
no,
Okay,
they do
with
not.
stones.
And also in true Castle Mac form, I will let whoever takes these for the first time get kind of a freebie attunement, because it's more fun that way. Well, I guess just for the monocle and the ring.
If the thing is just 3 uses, does it need a tune?
That one, no, the potion doesn't need attunement, you're right.
These are interesting items here.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Welcome, party. I need to catch up really quickly on some divine inspirations. Where are the divine inspirations? Oh, right in front of me. They were right behind the light where I couldn't see.
Clinking.
We got Zombie Knight with a sub and a raid from Welcome Party. So there are two divine inspos for you guys. Thank you guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
y'all.
Thank you.
You're the raiding of...
I'll be like, oh, infernal espionage.
The man seemed keenly interested in that one. He was paying top dollar from what they said.
I think that I would take the vial and look at it and be like, that's so strange. It's a little bit like when you're in the Fae and you can see just into the material plane. You have to look just the right way.
That's so true. How similar we are, and yet how different. Anybody can use this. I'd say you got about fingers, 3 uses. I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit, but we can all use it.
That monocle, maybe if it comes to it, we could use it to track Mab. I have seen her.
What does the monocle do again?
Thank you, Devin.
Lets you see...
Appreciate
Where
you.
people have been.
Track
You can
footprints.
track footprints of a living being that you have seen for 10 minutes.
Could help me with that captain that's after my wife.
That's true.
However,
That's more practical.
Once per day. You can use it once per day, so.
I would say that the that ring looks to be my size.
I think you'd hold the monocle out towards Enid. I think an archfey might be a little more important than a measly captain, whose
think it would
boots
just-
might be bigger than his head.
Make me feel better to know if I could maybe find her again.
And you could find all your favorite friends.
Well, they're right here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I give a double inspiration?
No, but
I'll give you a
In
pretzel.
spirit.
Take your pretzel inspiration.
double inspiration.
I'll be like, that was so sweet. Here, and I'll tuck the potion into the front. Maybe one of your pockets of your coat and be like, you can keep that and we'll go over which room I'm in again.
You're such a nice gift giver. Nami, this ring won't fit these hands.
Nami, as you put the ring on,
I do.
Myrdia snickers a tiny bit. She's like,
That's not binding, by the way.
How old is Myrdia?
so she's an elf,
Yeah,
so
so-
she's, 90-something,
And-
but would be like a teen.
Okay.
Like 17, 18, young 18 maybe.
Okay.
You put the ring on, and as you do, you sort of look around at everybody because they clearly don't see. You feel tiny little hairs sprout from your fingertips. And when you look, they kind of fold in, so they're pretty much invisible, but you feel like you have kind of control over where they can come out and grab.
Straight Spider-Man.
Yep.
So I can climb.
You can climb with your regular movement speed now. Pretty much any surface, just as if you were walking.
Crawling, too, though, is pretty helpful.
Yeah, on your hands and knees, you can crawl as fast as you can walk while...
Yeah, in that sewer.
Yep.
That's gonna be really creepy at night when I come to visit you guys in your
Crawling on the ceilings. Oh, God. Freaking, what's that movie?
Trainspotting.
or the ring.
Well, Trainspotting.
Oh my God.
I wasn't going... I wasn't...
The crawling baby? That's not what
I wasn't going there.
The Exorcist?
No, I was going with Hereditary.
Oh,
We haven't watched that
seen
yet.
it
Oh,
Spoiler.
man. Whew.
Spoiler.
Oh, thanks, Misery. Got another sub from Misery. So here you
Thanks,
guys
man.
go.
Sorry, it's just Nami on the ceiling again.
Yep, just Nami crawling around the ceiling.
Upside down, Nami on the ceiling. Inside out.
Mad at all of you.
We've all had some songs
Yeah,
in our
everybody's
hearts tonight.
amped.
I'm
All right.
so crazy when I crawl around on you.
Okay, here you go. Here's your inspiration.
I already have one.
Oh, you
thanks.
do?
Yeah.
I like that.
Never mind. Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
So-
I'm not singing any more the rest of the night.
So
I'm
you
sorry.
put that on and sort of feel that, like, ooh, shoot, that's pretty sweet. You kind of feel it,
To Meridia. Come back to Troll Skull with us.
I was like, I don't know if I can. That place has nothing but bad memories for me.
Yes. but I'm almost positive that you can at least commune with your father. For both of your sakes, I implore you to do it. If I could do that with my own, I would.
He's like, all right, but you'll all be with me.
Of course.
We will all be there, and we will help you. Wherever you want to go, if you want to stay there, you can. If you want to go out and do something else, I will finance it.
Okay. I'll do it then. What are we going to do with them?
I know 2 landlords who are pretty irate with them.
I'd rather like to speak with them. And maybe, Nami, you could accompany me while you two start escorting Meridia out.
That sounds fine.
I would like take her by the arm, like you would your good girlfriend, you know.
Okay. She kind of stops when you get to the door and turns to all of you and she's like, thank you. Thank you all so much. I don't know to what I owe this good fortune, but thank you all.
You can thank your father's love for you.
I will.
There's chalk in the back room.
Good. We should erase it if it's a ritual.
Oh. Yeah, I can create water and...
Cool. You want to go clean off the portal?
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go together to clean off the portal first.
Okay, cool. Just easy. I mean, you just kind of blast it and the chalk just melts away. Water settles into the floorboards and the floor was already a little bit squishy, probably from some dry rot that had already occurred.
I guess while we're back there looking at it, I would say to Nami, Enid's in a trouble she has no idea.
I can't even imagine.
I can.
Well, she's got us. However, in my experience dealing with beings that are seeking your attention, I'm sure she's about to start being plagued by nightmares.
Are you having nightmares?
Maybe. Visits. By people out doing this being's bidding.
Like Dad.
Nice.
Did you know that Hydarian kicks in his sleep?
That's a misdirection and you're obfuscating.
But did you know?
I will.
Some of us have the luxury of knowing, you know.
If I thought you were the least bit interested in Hydarion, maybe I would be upset. Also, we're not even competing because if we were, I would destroy you. But
also, did you know that sometimes he likes to be the little spoon?
we don't have to talk about it. But dreams are portents for a lot of things. The realms get thin. in
Little snot
dreams.
bubbles just coming out of his gills.
Let's get back to business then. I'm going to wake these two up. I need you to definitely pretend that we're going to kill them.
Wait, what are you going to do?
We're going to wake those two up.
Wake them up. Oh, are they like
We
You knocked
incapacitated?
him out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you knocked him out.
I thought you meant like wake them up, like give them a wake up call.
Like, they're gonna get woke.
They're also going to get a wake-up call.
Okay, all right. So you
They're
want me
gonna
to
have a
pretend like we're going to kill
come to
them, but we're not going to kill them.
I'm undecided.
I do think if we were to bring them back to that landlord, I don't know, just a little extra money in our pocket.
Could be, but I'd rather call upon them later for a favor.
True, and if they have a connection with, what's her name again? Mab?
Mab.
Might be useful. If anything, keep them alive for Enid.
They're idiots. They can get wrapped up into anything, clearly. And now they have some power. They might be stripped of it, I'm unsure. But either way, they're certainly willing to kill a sweet old man who loved his daughter. so they could be useful.
All right. Well. And it was only one dream, okay? Just one. And we don't need to talk about it.
Okay, if you say so. But I think they're only going to continue. Families.
Yo, what the heck? Eric just gifted 7 subs? 6 subs. Dude, thank
my
you.
God.
Amazing.
What?
Chancellor,
Holy
my
cow.
man. 5. It's 5. I miscounted that.
my God.
Thanks, dude. That's my boy right
He
there.
is the
Easy.
chancellor of
Sorry
Castle
to interrupt
Oh
that
my
amazing
God.
moment.
To the Major Domo, the Chancellor.
There we go.
Domo Chansey Gato.
All right, so you guys are getting the 2 ready to be woken.
You're not gonna get woke.
What are you 2 doing? You step outside with Myrdia, and you're in a pretty bad part of town. I mean, just as you watch, there's kind of people having conversations. They're leaned up in an alley. They look at you all, and one of them kind of laughs, and the other ones kind of shrug their shoulders. You look down, another one, and you hear shouting. You hear like maybe a fist fight breaking out in an alley somewhere down the way a little bit. What do you all do?
Mirdia, if you care to talk about it, what did they tell you happened?
They didn't tell me anything. I found my father. And they were there for me.
I see.
Did you know them before your father died?
Yes, we were friends. I knew they were rotten sort, but, they were my friends. I mean, they cared for me when no one else did. And he was busy, and Mother had died. And he was busy with the tavern. They were like sisters to me. I knew they were a little bit spoiled, but it didn't matter.
It is all right. It is very easy to overlook a friend's flaws when they help you in your roughest times.
That's right, but
not everyone's a friend.
deep down I knew they were not good for me.
Well, fortunately, that is in your past now.
I suppose so. I don't know how to make amends or make up for the things.
You need to make amends to no one. You are the captain of your life's ship. You step forward tomorrow, and no one knows any different. The choices you make are completely different than the ones you have made.
I suppose so.
Can make years worth of good decisions, and that might outweigh the bad decisions. If you think that there's some kind of...
I'll make it up to those people. I will. I promise. Is he really there? His ghost?
He really is.
He wants closure. As I'm sure deep down you want some closure too.
I have imagined that moment, but never did I think it would come.
Well, we get one more opportunity now.
Thank you all again. And as you all sit, you see a glow somewhere down in the city, maybe a couple blocks away, maybe more. But you sort of hear a commotion that sounds very jovial. You almost hear some lilting music kind of wafting over the rooftops of Waterdeep. And now we cut to you all as Whistler, your hand connects with Phoenix's face, and she's...
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to give this to Coach.
Oh, yeah, no. No. I had every intention to right
okay.
there and got caught up in my next step.
Gotcha.
Oh, thanks for the raid, y'all. Appreciate you. Welcome. Phoenix kind of looks up at you, and she's like... Is she still gagged?
Yeah.
She's like... She's kind of looking around and struggles against her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to
Against
wake
her
up the
restraints.
other one, too, just...
Give her the back end, and she's like... They're sort of looking at each other, and their chairs are kind of hopping a little bit. Nami, what are you doing to look intimidating right now?
I'm just sitting in front of one of them. You know how close Isabel gets to your face sometimes?
yeah.
And just smiling.
You got the chair turned around so you can rest your
And I'm just
elbow
like-
on it. Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
They're all just like,
Yeah. I'm going to look almost not pressed, like clearing out my nails. I'm going to ask you a question in a few minutes. It's a simple one. If you want to live, and really how you want to die. Not everybody gets that choice, so that's a gift I'm giving you.
you hear Sanguine restraining against her. It's like, he's like pushing from the chair, and
I'd be quiet.
they're all just kind of, their eyes shooting from you to trying to look at each other.
I'm going to take both of their, like kind of cup their chins with my long fingernails, kind of
Both of them at the same time.
and be like, you two have managed to upset me. Congratulations. It's rare. I have just the biggest spot in my heart for a father's undying love, and almost none for those who take it.
Kind of pushing against the restraints a little bit.
Okay. Now, you have failed Mab. I imagine she's not the forgiving type. Nod your heads if that's true.
They look at each other, but Sanguine is like,
Okay. Also, that's not a demon, you little idiots.
they look at each other.
Demons are things of pure chaos and madness. Now, I don't know much about the Fae, but that's a Fae. However, I do know about devils. And if I'm being honest with you, I do have a bit of pull on where you get to go.
He does.
They're just like, they're looking kind of confused and eyes wide in terror.
I can't even begin to describe the amusement park of nightmares that await you. It will be exquisitely painful. But I am forgiving. I'm willing to let you both live the rest of your wretched little lives. With one exception. I'll pull out a book. All you have to do is sign your name in my book.
Sanguine's like, It's like leaning forward towards you.
If both of you are good girls, you might even get a bit of power out of it again. I probably won't even come to bother you, but when I come a-calling, you're gonna answer.
I love this.
Can we all give out double inspos?
Right?
Everyone's like so on point tonight.
I'm sweating. I love
I
it.
know, I'm sweating.
I've been taken by the vapors.
Daddy.
These wolf pelts are really
Actual wolf pelt is really heating me
The
up a
stone
bit.
just helps like keep the heat in.
heat from the real
Yeah.
stone. That's another inspo from our friend Corey. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Flash on the screen, no actual wolves are making of these pelts.
Man.
Try not to jingle.
So both of you can go on, but know this. Your souls are mine.
Sanguine is like nodding. Phoenix is kind of looking at her and looking at you. Seems a little bit undecided.
Don't look at her.
She's like,
Pay attention. He's talking, isn't he? Don't be rude.
I mean, maybe you need another account besides just me intimidating you. Trixie, show yourself, my love.
as he says that, you see the imp that even you rarely see appears on his shoulder. And he's like, can I taste him? Can I take a bite, my liege?
And this is close to a pet.
They're now just like... Sanguine's like... Phoenix is like...
All right. Then we're going to untie your hands. We are going to have a little pinprick on those fingers, as it will need to be in blood, I'm afraid.
It's like,
I'll go through the legalese and be like, this means that I hereby said that's your name, hereby bound my soul. And yeah, I'll untie their hands and let them sign.
right.
If they sign.
Whistler, would you allow me the honor? And I'll bring out a dagger.
nice. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, you pull out the dagger. And I mean, Sanguine's like, do you leave them gagged still?
For the moment.
All right. Sanguine, so she's like putting her hand, like just kind of shoving it at you.
Just a little kiss.
Blood starts running down her finger, and she's kind of holding her hand out.
I'll have my little quill pen, I'll give it a dip, and I'll set it in her other hand.
She signs it, blood running down the quill, signs your book.
And I'll offer it to the next one.
She kind of looks at her and is like, does the same, sticks her hand out for you, and you do the same, kind of jab it with the dagger, and she's like, when you do. Also signs her name in your book.
Might I say, you really don't need to do whatever your friends ask you to do. I see you looking at her whenever you're trying to make a decision. Be stronger than that.
They're both just like, you hear dripping, and you look, and Sanguine has wet herself.
Aww.
Whistler has no pity, in all honesty, in this moment.
Oh yeah, they did murder.
I'll be like, you will have no contact with Meridia. I'll untie them. I'll be like, the last thing to bind it, as I'm sure you both know, names have power. I know yours. Let me give you mine. It's Bast Damikos. I'll be like, now, to finish it, I'll put my heads between them. I'll be like, all you have to do is say my name.
We don't care.
You remove the gags. They hesitantly are like, but Bast Damikos.
I'll snap my book shut. I'll be like, I suggest a new line of employment, ladies. Find something to make yourselves useful and live on. I'll come checking on you at some point. I'll be like, and understand now, even if Mab tries to get to you, you're bound to me.
Nice. All right, you walk, leaving them. I think they're kind of struggling and trying to get
Mouth
themselves.
agape, like-
Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you, Chris, Wikiva. You guys are the best. And you all walk out, and you come out to find Enid and Hydarion and Myrdia kind of looking hopeful at you. Your imp is shrouded back into invisibility. That was good. That was intense. I'll think of some mechanical benefit to having souls bound to you eventually.
I got them thralls.
Thralling it up.
Oh my god. He's a thrawler.
No, I was trying so hard not to go there.
No.
Okay. That was awesome. Myrdia's like, what did you do to them?
Well, given our track record, they're lucky we didn't burn the whole place down.
I'll pee on them.
They would have deserved that and worse.
Okay. Well, for now, they've most likely broken their pact with Mab. Not that I think she'd forgive them anyway. And they're bound to me. So those two little idiots will do what I say from now on. For that, they get to keep their wretched little lives, and they're not allowed to ever speak to you again.
Okay.
And if you want me to discard them and kill them, I'll do it.
He's like, I'll think on it.
Okay. Of course.
Where to? Finders of the Deep?
How will we taking her back to her house?
On the way back, huh?
And our burnt-out wagon.
Actually,
Oh, yeah. You've got your shitty wagon.
could we make one stop on the way?
Of course.
Do you remember when we passed by? There was a place selling some shaved ice with a little sweet, trickly honey and maple on top. I think she might like a shaved ice.
Sure. Yes. On Sturgeon Street, in fact, there's a little shop there that you saw, and it was called Zonnevolm's Shaved Ice and Sundries.
Oh my god.
It's pulled by a little donkey, and he's sitting back there, and you can see this gnome who's got a big block of ice and a blade.
Of course I know.
No.
But there's more. As you approach, the street becomes more and more clogged, and you can see that there are people who are clearly trying to get a glimpse of something. And as your shitty, burned-out wagon like just lurches along, one of the wheels kind of has a bump in it. Like,
Well, it's probably too because it was so nicely decorated that I imagine the outside wood is like beautifully painted, but then there's just so many charred pieces.
it's really a disaster. There's still tatters of the canvas that covered it previously. The seats themselves are mostly ripped, even though they were at one point a luxurious Corinthian leather. And you you just see people.
What was in that coffee?
He didn't even have any.
What? You guys don't want a wagon with Corinthian leather? Off the rails here. But you all enter into this, frankly, fairly traffic jam within Waterdeep, and you see these lights all over the place. Drift globes, in fact, you've come to know what they are. Little magic baubles that essentially are these floating lights, and they seem to be floating, and you hear people cheering, and you hear kids laughing, and as you kind of catch a glimpse, you can see that there is a small parade. And this parade is, in addition to some clerics, who, as you kind of catch a glimpse, you see a cog. They're all wearing these big cogs, like think a Flava Flav thing, but it's like a cog, which would be something you're fairly unfamiliar with, other than maybe you've seen some machinery.
The automaton.
Yeah.
And in fact, that is what the parade is. There's a number of automatons just kind of walking, and occasionally want to tip a hat, and people will cheer and goof, and then kind of put their hat on, and they're sort of walking and just doing little skits as they go. And you see there's a big banner that says the House of Skilled Hands. And again, it's not big, but it's drawn quite a crowd. People are just really into it. You all are just kind of sitting there in your burned out wagon, kind of waiting for it. And it dissipates relatively quickly. You then make it to the shaved ice stand. And he's literally... What can I do for you? There's a line of kids, and then you all are now up as the little kids have all been served.
How much for each shaved ice?
It's just a copper piece. Nothing too fancy, unless you want some of that dwarven syrup. It's an extra copper piece.
Does it taste better?
Well, dwarves have a different palate. Very sweet for whatever you all are. Pretty sweet, but hey, if you like that, the kids do. Bouncing off the walls, those little brats.
How many more kids are in line?
I think you guys are now there. You kind of waited behind a couple of kids, but behind you there's more kids as well.
I'll take as many as this can get me, and I'll give him a gold.
He's like, all right, that's generous. He's like, yep, all the way through you, dear. Nah, you too, why not? Winks. All right, what flavor you want?
Regular.
All right. Looks disappointed.
I mean,
shaves it in.
The fun one.
He's like, gotcha. And you get some sugary, sweet shaved ice. Who else gets one?
Everyone.
Yeah, I think everyone would.
Obviously. I'm not going to not get fantasy shaved ice.
I gave my name to an evil archfey. I want fucking shaved ice, my dude.
And what flavor can I get for you?
Do you have lavender?
He's like, yeah, I can make that happen. It's like, there you go.
I would take it and be like...
Even though little kids are like, yeah, I mean, that's what they do. How about you, big guy?
I'm thinking something minty. Maybe with a little lemon and some honey as well.
Yeah, right. He'd get tiger's blood. Like,
I would get blood.
He's like, yeah, sure, I can do something like that. Halfling mint, like they grow up in, you know what I'm talking
I haven't
about.
had halfling mint since I was a child.
Yeah, sure. All right, here you go. Should be a good one.
Thank you.
And how about you there? Whew. Abs on this guy.
About to melt the ice.
Something, strawberry, maybe?
or seed.
You're like, strawberry? Sure.
Surprising choice.
It's like, there you go. And how about this one? And Midia's like, something elvish.
Basil.
Like, yep, I can do that. Made it extra big, honey. Here you go. She's just like, thank you. Kind of takes a small little bite. It's like, all right, come on, kids. This fine lady here. You want to tell them your name so they can, so the parents can know who to curse when they're bouncing off the walls trying to go to sleep?
Don't tell him your name.
Gordon.
All right. Thank Aunt Gordy, everybody. There you go. What can I get for you, honey? She's like, grass. Grass flavor. We got that. I think with that, we're gonna take a little break right now. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and we will get back to the Troll Skull Manor.
The fantasy shaved ice stand.
Fantasy shaved ice. Glass. We'll see you all in a little bit. Thank you. Hey everyone, Steven from Castle Mac here. Wanted to take a moment to play this video over the break so that we wouldn't eat up time when we come back, so that we can get right back into the role-playing that we think you're here for. Wanted to sincerely thank you for being here. It truly means the world for us, really, you guys. We're overwhelmed by the support that we receive from you all, so truly thank you. Let's get some administrative stuff out of the way. As you may or may not know, you can find us on YouTube. There's a link right down below the video. We've got all kinds of links down there. Or you can find us at youtube.com/c/CastleMac, or searching for Castle Mac will pull it up. I do my best to get all the videos up within 24 hours of their live stream, so there shouldn't be much of a delay. Usually I'm faster than that, and sometimes just a little bit behind. But every back episode is there, so you can go check them out. Finally, you can find us all on Twitter. That's pretty much where we mostly hang out in the social media world. All of our Twitter handles are visible within the player tags, although we're pretty easy to find. Just do the @CastleMac and it'll fill out with the 6 of us. So give everybody a follow and let's talk D&D. It's pretty much all we want to do all the time. Another link down below you'll see is our Bandcamp. All of our music is completely original. This is done by Castle Mac Andrew, and he's done just a phenomenal job. You can go listen to those tracks individually at our Bandcamp link. You can also purchase the album if you'd like to show him some support. He's got more stuff in the pipe, and it's going to be just fantastic. Finally, we do have a podcast. Speaking of audio, you can find us on iTunes under Castle Mac and other places that good podcasts are found. We're a little bit behind right now, but we're going to be caught up and have all the episodes for your audio pleasure. Finally, our Discord. The link is down below again. This has probably been the biggest hit with us. We love it so much. Lots of people come and hang out. We've made tons of good friends, lots of new friendships forged there. It's just fantastic. It's a really good community. So we invite all of you to come join us and have a good time. A lot of times after shows, we will hang out in the Discord voice chat, so you guys can come and we can all just kind of hang out a little bit. It's a lot of fun. Finally, let's talk about Divine Inspiration. As you've probably seen by now, every 500 bits or subscription equivalent earns our players a Divine reroll. We think this is a really fun way of letting the viewers sort of act like they're the gods of the realm. They can subtly guide the actions of the players, whether it's, guiding an arrow or moving a shield over just a hair. So we really appreciate that. That is the immediate tangible benefit, but do want to talk about, what we do with those bits. We reinvest absolutely every dime we make into the stream, and you can look back at some of our older YouTube videos and see in a very short time we've come a long way. We really use that to pay for art. We've done tons of artist commissions, from overlays to character artwork, and we will continue to do so. We think artists make this community incredibly vibrant and bring visuals to life. I don't think any of this works without some of the wonderful art that people have done. And also equipment. as you probably know by now, if you spent any time with us, we have been making huge improvements to our audio, and that is really our number one focus right now. So we are saving up for a comprehensive audio equipment overhaul. Both Andrew and I have some background in recording, and we are really hoping to make that leaps and bounds better than what it is right now. We're really making do. It's challenging to mic a room full of people with broad dynamics, from whispers to shouts when people roll 20s. So we are being very thoughtful, and we're really focused on making that as absolutely amazing as we possibly can. And so you all are helping us with that. Every time you donate even a single bit, we really truly appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the break. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you again for being here. It honestly means the world to us. So we'll see you soon. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I forgot to kick off our giveaway before we went on break. Normally we run the raffles on break, but I will run it right now. We've got a giveaway for a handmade, gorgeous keychain by our friend Eris Savad. I'm going to kick that off now. Hopefully it all works the way I expect it to. Yes, the raffle is up. So type !join and you'll be entered in the raffle. We'll declare a winner in about 10 minutes. We've got some other giveaways as well. We've got a blue boat sticker. Did anyone think of a trivia question?
I mean, we went over it earlier in the session, but in case people find it, I mean, what's the name of the bird? We haven't done that one yet,
yeah,
right?
this is a tough one. This is a deep cut. So here you go. For your chance to win a blue boat sticker, let's see if anybody can get it. The name of the bird that Fala has, and presumably Mab.
It's not the name, it's
well.
like the species.
The type, you're right. The species of bird. Good luck. That's a hard one.
The genus.
Yes, the genus.
The genus and the species, please.
We also have to declare a winner of our limerick contest that we had
let's do
in
it.
our Discord channel.
For anyone who doesn't
You know my
we
thoughts?
have limerick challenges.
Those were incredible.
They were
all awesome and so much fun to read. And I don't have
And next, it's haikus.
Yeah, next is haikus. No, absolutely. What do you mean? Just kidding. Of course. So this will be for a t-shirt. And guys, I think we're all on the same page. I know we kind of weren't necessarily 100%, but I think the winner is Gidgewish because those were some on point limericks.
Gidgewish.
Yes.
We think it was close though, y'all.
There were a lot of good ones.
It was hard. I mean, there were a lot of good runner-ups. Kurt's about you falling was really funny.
Sean Goodison had
had a number of great ones, so those are awesome.
Shanno,
so Gidgewish, I know you're right here in town, actually. But hit me up and we'll make sure you get a t-shirt out of that.
Why don't
Those
we
are awesome.
have a poetry judging show, like Great British Bake Off, but where we have to have the deliberations too? I'm like, yeah, but
I love
Soggy
it.
bottom there.
Extra syllable, I'm afraid.
I'm doing the clapping and it seems you're coming up short. All right. Those were awesome. Thank you guys for that. So Gidgewish will get you a t-shirt, any shirt of your choice, or you can get any of the new art. We can work together on designing a shirt and knocking something out. So once again, thank you to Sean Goodison for our intro video. It's awesome. We'll put it on YouTube shortly if you guys want to watch it again.
Can I just get an Enid shirt?
Absolutely.
Like,
I'll make a shirt.
of,
We'll make
all
a
of our
shirt for each
characters?
character. That's no problem. Each character can have a shirt.
Oh, don't die.
I don't know if she knows her mic is still on. So I hope she's out there swearing and stuff. Like,
Guys, if she's choking out there, somebody pop in the
someone
chat
let
that we
us
need
know.
to help her. What a weird turn that would be.
someone in chat helps
Hey,
us
Raymond's
save
gone
our
silent,
friend.
guys. Y'all might want to check on him.
Nice. Okay, what other bookkeeping did we have to do? I think that's it for right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I will say, obviously, you all are recognizing that we're using the new microphones, the new audio setup, the new intro video. We seriously appreciate all of you so much. That absolutely 100% would not be possible without all of you generous friends who hang out with us, encourage us, donate bits, whatever. We just love having you all around. So I'm now stalling because I'm waiting for Raven. So take your time.
But honestly,
take your time.
everybody's been incredibly generous. That's helped us get that, but also thank you for your generosity and just spending time.
Seriously.
And just kind of time with us and investment. And if you're in the Discord chat with everybody else, that's dope. But at the very least, you've tuned in, and that's all incredible on its own.
All we love. Well, we love it all, but thank you guys so much. Speaking of which, let's talk about some upcoming stuff. We've got tomorrow night our new Macalite game being run by our friend Corey, aka D and Diapers, who, by the way, has a really fun supplement for subclasses of essentially child caregivers. It's pretty fun. I picked it up a while back and really like it before I even knew Corey. On Tuesday night, we're back with Chronicles of Peril.
We will be wrapping up Skyhorn Lighthouse, so tune in for that. It's going to be great.
And then Wednesday night, we've got our other Macalites game with Wiley Hobbit behind the screen. You all know Wiley and love him. And Thursday, we might be doing a Mac Marches. That's dependent on me if I can get my poop
It's
in
like
the
a
group.
full week of
Could be a full week of... You okay? You all right? Can I look in there and just see? All right.
I'm fine.
All right. You all
I
ready?
choked on these things earlier upstairs too. And I was joking so bad, I was like, no one hurt me.
Wow, that's kind of dark.
I had to remember.
I could have died.
I had to remember that my mic was still on because I was out there.
Yeah, we made a joke
gagging,
about that.
We were saying
And I was like, bleh.
we were telling the chat that if you were choking and dying, somebody let us know.
I muted myself.
Are you
All
still
right.
muted?
I have not seen an answer to the question for the blue boat sticker. I know that's a deep cut. So if anyone gets it, cool. If not, we'll move on to the next one in a little bit. Okay, let's move on. You all arrive at Troll Skull Manor. And sitting on the front porch, just all her gear spread out, holding a yellow fruit, sort of football shaped with a cap on the top. She's got a big knife out, cutting it in half. You see Brickbelly. And as you all approach, she splits the fruit in half and kind of scoops some of the seeds out. She sees you all and she's like, all right, what happened to your wagon then? That was the king's wagon. It's a little bit worse for wear.
Some assassins lit it on fire.
As they do. And nonplussed cuts a scrape out. It's like, it's coming along nice. That additional coin you got. I've managed to get the guilds in order. Should be just a couple more days before you're ready to start moving in. Now you will have to secure the ales, so I'll have to figure out what the menu's gonna look like, but, well, frankly, y'all can move in just about any time. The bedrooms have been my primary focus. They're pretty well cleaned up by this point, I'd say. I painted yours purple. I wasn't sure. I thought you might like that.
Groggy, I owe you more than you know.
She's like, well, you don't, because I'm already 10% owner, and that's where we're happy.
That you are. We're going to go inside, though, and speak to the current resident.
Aye, he's a bit cranky today, but he's mostly left me alone.
Groggy, what color did you paint my room?
He's like, oh, Enid, I did yours green, but I put white stripes in it.
I can't
Okay.
wait to see it.
I went out on a limb. I painted yours blue. So, all right.
That works for me.
I didn't paint yours. I thought you might be a little bit particular. But I've left some paint in there you can choose on your own. In fact, if you tell me, I'll do it for you.
Green's my favorite color.
All right. I'll take care of it. Anyways, best be getting on. Papaya?
No, thank you. We just had shaved ice.
I would like to try.
She scoops out. There you go. Certainly unlike anything you've ever tasted. Pretty decent. She stands up, brushes herself off. It's like, all right, yep.
As you were.
As I said, feel free to move in anytime. Good night. Picks up all her gear, just like saddle bags, and she throws over her shoulders, and tools clanking and clinking, and off she walks, and she starts singing some filthy sailing song like, I knew a lesson. Just you hear clearly offending people.
Nami sings along.
You know that one. Go ahead.
With a tight little ass.
That's what I was going. And poor sweet Myrdia is just staring. Eyes glassy, staring up at the building, which is now darkened. And as you see her there, she whimpers a little. You see a light come from within. It starts at the tower. A warm, inviting, yellowish orange glow. And then each of the windows on the next floor down. Until after a few seconds, the entire building is lit up in a very welcoming manner.
He's ready for you.
She's just like, my dad.
Would you like to go in alone first, or?
No, I don't think so.
Then we will be with you every step.
And she grabs your hand, Enid, and you all clamber off the wagon, which smells like campfire. Go up the stairs, and as you do, the door opens gently, very friendly manner. You can see that the light seems to be ethereal, almost as if tiny embers shimmer everywhere, filling the entire interior of the place. Faintly, you can hear music, elvish music perhaps, very saccharine, almost like a lullaby.
I think it'd be best if we went to your old room, Nadia.
Okay. All right. She walks in and looks around, runs her hand along the old countertop, which is starting to be repaired by Brickbelly. You can see that it's now been smoothed over again and varnished pretty good. She kind of runs her hand along it and looks around. It's been a long time. Not as long as it feels.
The time when we're in law seems to stretch out, each moment a tiny eternity when we think of what we had and what we no longer do. You know, we're never quite alone, are we?
She nods and pulls close to you, Enid, and you can remember there, for a brief moment, while being bullied back in school, your big sister grabbing your hand in a similar fashion, and you could feel almost power traveling through her palms into yours, reassuring you as you go, and you provide the same.
I'll use my message cantrip and just say, it's going to be okay.
She looks at you glassy-eyed as you lead her up the stairs, and in fact, her old room was your room. Freshly painted.
Me too, Maisie.
Yeah, Maisie, please don't. Dog almost honked everyone. It's really ruining a good moment here. Room smelling of fresh paint. Window cracked. You can still faintly hear the sounds of the city outside. And she sits down and closes her eyes. She perks up suddenly. She's like, Dad? Daddy? And Whistler. You feel your body tingle for a moment. Your eyes kind of roll back in your head for a split second as the spirit once again attempts to enter.
All right. Just so you know, I don't know how long I'll be able to hold this. I have to keep those emotions at bay. I'll take a breath in, and then since I have disguise self once a day, I think he'll, maybe somewhat painfully, just, and it'll almost look like blowing wind, and then he will take the form of an older elf that was Sif.
You all see Whistler undergo this transformation, and she quickly covers her mouth, and she's like, Dad!
I think almost crawling, like, Nadia, my sweet girl.
She kind of looks at you like, how is this possible?
I've been here so upset, so angry. No, I missed you, that's what it was, I missed you.
Like, but they told me that we found you.
They were liars, my dear. Those last thoughts, they were of you. I made so many mistakes.
She's like, comes in, gives you a hug. You all witness them hugging, the lights getting somewhat brighter, almost enveloping you.
Hugging her tight. I just poured myself into work after your mother left. I didn't know what else to do. It was so difficult. I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
She's like, can you stay?
I can stay in the building. I can't stay in this body for much longer.
If you stay, I'll stay.
Then please stay. It was 98 years ago that you opened your eyes, and I held you, and I just wanted this last moment to hold you one last time.
She snuggles into you, squeezes tightly, as you all see the color fade from Whistler. He returns to his blue self, and the lights suddenly fade around you.
I think Whistler will fall over and be like, I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it any longer. Like, too many emotions, it was tearing me apart.
Miria's just like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can I live here?
Of course you can live here.
Thank you.
Can you work in the tavern?
I will, every day.
But also, you don't have to.
It's like, no, I want to. It'll make me feel close.
Good, because I'm not very good at working in taverns.
She laughs at that.
You're like, oh shit, please.
She laughs and kind of pushes away a little bit, Whistler, and she looks at you and she's like, thank you for doing that. Thank you.
I think he'll touch her face a little. I think he's weak. I think he's like, of course. I don't know that I can do it ever again, but spirit will be here, and I'm sure you'll feel it. The place already feels lighter, don't you all think so?
And in fact, it does. That same gloom that just crept over the whole building like a blanket previously feels lifted. The place feels airy, almost like the walls have just opened up a little bit. The air is thinner, feels vibrant with energy.
Sweet Madia. Oh, there was so much anger and pain. There was so much love, too. And I think he stayed because he wanted to protect you in some way, and he desired that.
She's like, well, I'll give him his opportunity. Thank you all. I don't know how to repay you if I ever could, but thank you.
There is no need for repayment. A fractured heart is no good. Now, hopefully, you feel whole again.
I do, thank you. I woke up today not knowing this would happen to me. I'm so thankful.
Do you want this your old room?
We can share it like sisters if you want.
I think you just made her day, too.
She's like, okay. That's great.
Can we get bunk beds?
It's like, absolutely.
Can I have the top?
Sure.
I think I'll just look back at Whistler like...
On the subject of furniture, though, maybe we should lighten the mood and pay some visits to carpenters for the rest of the day.
Oh, every time we've walked through the markets, I've already been making notes of the best furniture places, because it's not just furniture, it's decor as well. We're going to need drapes. We're going to need linens.
Now,
We can find plenty of sailcloth.
question though. He's going to ignore that you just said that. Do we want the downstairs to just be blue? Everything blue. It is the blue boat.
I don't know if we want to overdo it, but I think some blue accents.
Yeah, sure. Not everything all blue. Okay.
I was kind of hoping
She's
we
like, why,
could.
why blue? I mean, besides,
Well, you see, there was a time when we did not know each other very well, and we happened to end up acquiring a boat.
We
for a
stole
little
it.
time.
We stole the boat. Friends don't
We borrowed it.
keep secrets.
And it was named the blue boat.
it's like, that's not a very creative name, but
Not at all.
We had a bit of ale, and there was a few miscommunications, but the blue boat seems to be how we got our first renown within Waterdeep.
she's like, oh,
Also, we were on a bit of a time crunch. The nade needed to be changed within a couple of
As we took
nautical
over the deeds.
miles.
did it work for you?
no.
Not one bit.
Stealing a
However,
boat in Waterdeep is, well, I imagine it was challenging.
We borrowed it. It returned to the harbor.
and there are quite a few sailors who now know the name new boat, blue boat,
The new blue boat.
the new blue boat.
Plus, we did live.
Yes.
We did
I
not
was
go
so
to
thankful
jail.
for that.
As a we. Well, for tonight, we're going to take you back to the Yawning Portal so you can stay with us. Or we'll get you a separate room, or we can have you bunk.
She
in our
says,
room.
either way is fine. I've been sleeping on the rotted wooden floor of an old bowyer shop for years now.
Well, that won't do.
No.
Is there anything that you need to collect from that house?
Nothing.
I don't have
They didn't let
belongings.
me have anything.
Well, tomorrow we're also going to go shopping for a number of things, and we're going to get you new clothes.
She needs a cape.
We could get her a cape.
We could get you a cape.
We know a cape person.
And Nami can see her girlfriend.
I forgot her name.
I want to take you to Zoblob's shop.
You have a girlfriend?
I forgot her name.
Oh, don't tell her that.
Athena.
Finfina. I should remember that.
Whether
She's
or
got
not it's
fins.
actually her girlfriend, Finfina really wants to be her girlfriend. I don't know that we've got a discount from it yet, though, so I wouldn't say it's the most fruitful of relationships.
She's like, I'm so excited. You already feel like family, if I can say so.
Oh my
How long have you all been together? You
Forever.
seem like old friends.
We are.
A couple weeks.
It's like, oh,
They're my best friends, though.
The
We're
captain
all
and I
best
have
friends.
known each other for about a year now.
Why do I have the morbid feeling that Steven's about to kill this character?
huh?
Who's being so nice to us?
Me?
Don't, man. I'll quit watching. I'll say that right
Remember when I wasn't
Kill
allowed
Meredith.
to kill Cuddy and Garland?
Hey, that paid off.
Look at those
Yeah,
guys.
man. You kill Meredith, Cuddy, and Garland are dead. So we can just sit here
know
in the
how to find
daytime in a stalemate.
This is a NPC Cold War. See how much danger we can put him in without killing him. Well, I'm glad you guys like Mirdia. I do. I got pretty teary-eyed there. I saw
Yo.
Coach. No dry eyes from Coach there.
Nope.
That's good.
Oh, you got me on
I
that
had
one.
to hold it
We
together.
gotcha.
I had to look
Yeah.
down.
That's why you teardrop beforehand.
No, y'all got me on that one.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, what do you all do now? You're gonna head back to the yawning portal?
IKEA.
Fantasy IKEA.
IKEA.
And this is the Yom Splitor. It is the cabinet.
Okay. You all head back to the yawning portal, and as you descend the stairs again, the house just seems to move with you. Warmth and love comes from all around. It seeps from the walls and up from the floorboards, and as you leave, the door opens for you all very gently. Just the most inviting you could possibly imagine a haunted house to be.
Great.
I cannot wait for this.
I want a waterbed.
What are you all naming your horse that's forever doomed to pull your burned out shit
We'll
wagon?
get a better wagon.
Peter,
I think Hadarian actually kind of wants to repair the wagon himself.
will you turn the van off? The horse is named Peter.
Sure.
Peter. I know a few strong Peters in my day.
On my way around,
Oh my god!
on my way around to Peter.
Too late. It's canon.
Yep, just stroking the mane.
No, his name is Strong Peter.
This is our horse, strong Peter, yes.
I think I deafened everybody by clutching my microphone just
Yeah,
now.
nice.
All right, strong Peter.
Okay, strong Peter pulling your burned to shit wagon with one lopsided wheel. Okay, you all return to the yawning portal. And as you pull the wagon up, something somewhat strange happens to you, or maybe it's normal happenstance.
Meridia dies.
Mirria has a heart attack. She's dead. A young elf woman comes up to you all. She's got a big scar on the side of her face, and she's dressed like an adventurer. She looks very much like Nami, right? She's got a rapier at her hip that's kind of slung low on her side. She's got a cape that comes down to her hips. It's black and I don't know, it seems kind of close to her, but maybe has some shimmery, maybe a magical quality.
She's walking up to us.
Yep, she's walking up to you
I'm
all.
gonna thieves' cant some crap that's like, if you harm us, I'll kill you.
She sees that and she's like, don't worry, bit of fun. That's how she replies. And she's like, I recognize you all. You were here for the fight with Yagra, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
That we were.
Awesome. Yeah, thought you looked familiar. Hey, I've got a proposition for you. Make a little bit of coin, maybe? Good bit, if we play our cards right. It's busy tonight in the portal. I'm an old friend of Dernan's, and I have a plan. As you know, most adventurers go down the portal and they don't come back. Here's my idea. She reaches into a pouch and pulls out 4 potions. He says, these potions? This is a potion of, well, it restores you, your state of mind, wounds, anything like that. Full restore, essentially. Cleric brewed him up. You know Annalore? Yeah, he's come straight from that church. Here's my plan. We get the 4 of you absolutely shit-faced. I mean, drunk, blind drunk. Then we bet on whether or not you all can return within 4 hours. And if you do, the odds will be so far against you that we can stack the deck. We can put as much money as we want in at 10-to-1 odds. But what they won't know is you'll descend into the portal, get to the bottom, and rather than stumbling around drunk like so many adventurers before you whose bones now litter Undermountain, you get down, pop one of these bad boys, slurp it down, hey, you're back to normal. You're good to go. You just chill right there at the bottom of the... I don't know if she would say chill. You just spend time right there at the bottom of the portal, come back up in 4 hours. We make lots and lots of gold. It'll be a good trick. Dernan is good for it.
Sounds great, but who's paying you?
Who's paying me? What do you mean? For what? It's like, I don't know.
Usually, when I drink to my gill's content,
Yeah.
I don't remember to drink something else that's not already alcohol. I don't think that works.
It's like, all right, well, can one of you fake it then?
No. Friends don't lie.
So you'll be coming down with us?
Oh, gods no. But I'll be coordinating the betting up.
Ah, I see. So you'll be making profit off of
So will you.
if
Why
we come
don't-
back up.
Why don't you take one of our places and we'll stack the bets against you?
She's like, I'd go down with you, sure. Why not?
I don't like that either.
It's
I just-
foolproof. It's a little gag. A gimmick. Bit of fun.
So much a gimmick if he's paying out of his pocket.
Yeah, well, 10-to-1 odds.
10-to-1
Easy.
odds.
I mean, if you're shit-faced enough, could be 5-to-1 if you want to play it a little closer to the vest.
We've got a little business to attend to. I'll tell you what, we'll think it over.
Sure. I'll find another adventuring party if you want, but you guys have a bit of a name around here. Everyone knows you. Everyone will be willing to bet on you. Probably bet on your survival. I don't know.
Yeah, the idea of getting drunk and then being lowered into a dangerous pit where 99% of the people don't come back up, I don't know if it's the odds I'm trying to take tonight.
Like, hey, suit yourself. I thought it was foolproof, but... hey, I mean, whatever.
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah, I'll be around. Let me know.
We won't.
Ellen,
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, all right then. Have a good night.
What was your name again?
Oh, my name? Farron. So,
Farron. Fair enough.
no.
All
Tried
right.
it before.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, well, have a good night, everyone.
Enjoy yourself.
Off she saunters.
Foolproof plan. She thought we were fools.
I mean, we
Whistler,
weren't about to open up our own tavern.
Whistler, the amount of times we've been ambushed in the past week. You think I'm going down that hole to get ambushed?
No, I'm not saying we do it. I know we've been ambushed. Frankly, our enemies are only growing by the minute when you think about it.
I just didn't think it sounded like that much fun.
No.
I love gold, but I don't need gold that badly.
I don't want to be the bait.
Miria's like, she seemed manipulative.
100%.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that I believe she's a friend of Dernan either.
One way to find it out.
He probably is working tonight. We could ask him.
Doesn't matter.
We're not going to go down there.
And as you say that, push the double doors of the yawning portal open, and you are absolutely assaulted by cheers and laughter and music being played by several bards playing in concert, including Three Strings, who is playing a fairly good little ditty right now, fairly upbeat. People are kind of up and clapping, and they're dancing around the portal a little bit. Lots of hand clapping. A couple familiar faces. You do see Yagra in there, although she seems to be nearing the end of her shift as she's got her head down. And as you come in, you see her come up, and she kind of puts the beer like to her face and is kind of like trying to drink it while also lay her head down, not being all that successful. But you do see Cuddy and Garland hanging out in the back. Speaking of these guys, they're going to be fine. They're going to leave and be safe forever. No, they're hanging out in the back, and you can see Cuddy has a dagger, and he's kind of spinning it with the blade on his finger, and he's kind of spinning it, and he's leaning in and talking to Garland, and he looks bored. Like he's just, like you could almost imagine him being like, what are we going to get up to tonight, Garland? Like he's just looking bored, and he sees you all, and he's like, kind of motions for you all. Durnan is in there doing his standard lean, you know the lean. He's talking to someone, some adventuring party that looks like they're gearing up to head in. You can see he's giving some advice. He's kind of talking low and doing like,
Well, that's a problem with Baldur Gate longswords, you
never know. It could be folded twice, could be folded once. And before you know it, it's gonna
talking shop.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you all want to do?
I mean, I'd talk to Cuddy and Garland. Would be good to talk to.
Yeah, what were they supposed to be finding out for us?
They were sowing rumors about
the
Captain
captain.
Araños.
Mm-hmm.
That his ship was cursed.
Yep. All right, you all kind of have to push through the crowd a little bit as you do, and people are just laughing, and, at one point someone like, ha, 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 like in your face, just meat in their teeth, like, ha, 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 push past you, and you're kind of like, just pushing back to their table. It's a small table, really. There's no room for everyone else to sit, but they kind of stand up, and Colin's like, all right then, hello, how's everybody doing?
We're rather good.
It's been a decent day.
Cuddy's like, all right, that's good to hear. Bit of update for you. Last I heard, Araños having a bit of trouble staffing up his ship. So, like we said, rumor mongers, Colin's like, indeed, oh indeed, we made that ship sound like a death trap. I don't think anyone's going to want to step foot on that ship. Now, I will say, Cuddy, and maybe you could articulate, he's like, don't worry, mate, I'll take it. We heard Araños is, what's worse than really pissed? Livid? Probably livid.
Furious.
I'm just trying to be precise with my words here. Indeed. Oh, indeed. I think Araños would, he would stoop to just about whatever, and specifically the two of you. He is, he believes that you're behind the rumors, and, I mean, strictly speaking, he is not incorrect about that. I don't know why
Strictly speaking, he is absolutely correct.
Right?
Yes.
Indeed. Oh, indeed. So, we could off him. I mean, he's like, Scotland. As you know, mate, we don't do that kind of work. We definitely do that kind of work.
I mean, how much would that cost, though? Out of curiosity, I'm not saying that's the action.
As you know, the risk of killing a captain, I mean, they're strictly speaking counted as minor nobles in many cases.
They would just blame it on Nami and Hydarian, and then they would be in even more danger.
Well, that could be the case, but 1,000 gold pieces, see it done. Make the body disappear. I mean, just hypothetically speaking,
This is completely theoretical and academic. Just a couple friends talking about what ifs.
I don't know that it is worth it. If people are starting to believe that the ship is cursed, well, eventually he won't have a crew.
But I take it that you've hunted a number of animals under the sea within the depths.
Quite a few.
And when you hunt them at their food source or drive them out of their homes and their livelihood and put them in a corner, are they typically more docile or are they a bit more angry?
Well, it's very hard to find a corner in the ocean, but, you know,
My metaphor's not quite gonna work. I'm saying that I think he'll only get more and more upset.
Well, maybe we should try and meet with him.
I don't know that I want to see his floppy hat anymore.
To diffuse the situation?
Drop a contract.
We did tell people he keeps a rat in his hat.
A rat in his hat.
That was my own doing.
I like it. That hat is disgusting. I love it.
Part of the curse, I guess. Oh, sounded good to me.
This is an extra gold piece, just because I like the creativity.
He does the old half work, like, takes it, clasps your hand, he's like, thank you very much, Mr. Whistler, thank you very much indeed. You see that, Cuddy? It was a good idea after all. And Cuddy's like, oh my god, the rat. Yeah. Congratulations.
Really, though, what are our options?
Well-
Either
We could ask. It would probably cost us, but have you heard to what lengths that he might go?
Oh, I couldn't say. Couldn't say indeed, but we know he's already hired one assassin. Isn't that right?
hire someone to propose that we go down.
What you talking about? Go down the portal.
An arbitrator?
Someone
So it's a diplomat?
propositioned us to
Oh,
go down.
hold on. Let me guess. Get you right and proper drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the oldest in the book. And Cuddy's like, oh, indeed. Indeed it is, yes. Smart that you didn't fall for it. You know what's likely happening? Right down at the bottom, a couple of assassins. Potions and water. Get to the bottom, drunk as, well, I don't know, as drunk as you can be. A dagger in the neck, you're dead. That's how the scam works.
It's a good scam.
He's like, oh, indeed it is. It not that we've heard it's effective, especially young adventuring parties. We've he's like, you see an elbow in his ribs. They kind of both smile at you.
Well, really, though, what if we plan a meeting? Drop a contract, ask him to stop.
What will we give?
A truce. Looking for a truce.
We stop planting rumors.
Well, that would mean we would have to admit to planting the rumors.
You'd have to admit to hiring assassins.
True enough.
True.
Do you think that a man who wears a hat like that
No.
is petty enough for one night that we might have broken up his ship and lost?
We could maybe.
Oh, I did hear the tally. About 6,000 gold pieces worth of.
Sounds about right. I saw
Material.
those silks.
We could maybe agree to.
Not saying he was justified, just all the information. I'm sorry, no. Naomi, go ahead.
We could maybe agree to sing his praises. Speak nicely of him.
I don't think I can do that.
I would for my life.
I'd leave it up to the two of you. I'd go with whatever you want.
We have a new up and coming business. Be nice if people were looking for work and we send them that way. Maybe. I don't know. What would be worth it?
He would probably try to sabotage that business.
That-
Could say that.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, that, in fact, our business and homes might be in danger. And we don't know what kind of man this is.
All right, then let's just kill him.
We know what kind of man he is.
Do you think he's the kind who would deal?
No.
Nami?
The only deals we saw him make, Captain, were the ones that were lopsided in his favor.
Wedding.
Well, that's for anyone. I mean,
But
Yes.
even one that was borderline in his favor, he would not cut it. Only swing big for himself.
Is there any way we could perhaps speak to someone high enough who could be in on it? I don't even know how. You have an ability to disguise yourself. I mean, what if he got orders to go somewhere? Somewhere very far away.
We could do that. I would say this. There's a considerable risk in impersonating a noble in Waterdeep. Considerable.
All right, well then not that, but
indeed.
I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm just saying that's risky. What if we commit a petty crime
talk my language.
What if I could disguise myself as Captain Araños. We commit a crime, potentially against a noble, maybe a small robbery, and then we plant the evidence on the boat and he gets arrested, probably thrown in jail forever.
They kind of look at each other.
Not necessarily a
You
noble.
could take it from Neverember. We know Volo.
Myrdia is like, that sounds evil.
Maria,
He did try to kill me.
you're so right.
I know, it's just, I've seen the justifications for deeds like that.
Which is what I'm saying.
I owe you all so much. Don't let me...
But
Being a conscience and a light in the darkness.
he does deserve to be in jail, though, because he did try to kill Nami.
He sent an assassin after me.
She
Stabbed
did
me.
get stabbed.
Died a little bit.
I understand. Is there nothing you can do that won't weigh heavy on your conscience?
Do you have any ideas?
I guess not.
Well, gentlemen, maybe we should all think on it. We've had a big day. And it's not like the problem's going to go away tonight, no matter what we decide.
That's what I'm always saying to Cuddy. You sleep on it. You has a couple drinks, you sleeps on it. Isn't that right, Cuddy? He's like, oh, indeed. Indeed. He's always saying to sleep on it. It's because he's a big lazy jit, but yep. That's what he's always saying. He's always saying, we should put the job off till tomorrow, sleep on it. Is that? He's like, oh, I don't know about that, but they kind of start ribbing each other.
I don't think the situation will be a very simple one. It is definitely one to sleep on it.
Maybe we just have the meeting as it is, and we discuss what we want and what they want.
Maybe we drop it for now.
Yes. Enid, we'll drop it for now.
We will think on it.
Why don't you stop spreading rumors?
All right, can do. Nope.
Not necessarily.
I don't.
What if you actually a legitimate rumor? Not even a rumor. We'll pay you. Start spreading the word about the blue boat.
The real boat or the tavern?
The tavern. That the tavern's opening up, all the buzz around town that's going on with it.
All right, we can do that. Strictly speaking, for my own edification, what's the going take, if you will, on any jobs that we was to maybe work within the walls of
the law.
Of the tavern? No, if we... all right, speak plainly. He doesn't understand.
Oh, you want
If
to
we
run
ran
your
some-
scams?
Well, we don't call them scams, strictly speaking. It's more alternative business opportunities.
We're going to think about what the rate would be.
We'll sleep on that.
We're going to sleep on that. Have a few drinks, if we will, and sleep on it.
Of course. All right. Well, you gentlemen, you have a nice one. We're gonna go see if we can't find who was it that was running.
Farron.
It's like, all right. Now we can probably get them to cough up a bit of coin to keep us under wraps. Now that we know what's going on. So, all right, we're gonna have a bit of fun, and you can have a table, a bit small. All right. And they sort of saunter off. Garland on his way out drinks the rest of his, grabs Cuddy's, drinks the rest of his.
What an interesting duo.
I like them.
I do too. But it does lead to an interesting discussion about the comings and goings inside the walls of the Blue Boat. We do need to sit down with Brickbelly and talk about menus and things, but we also... Every place we have been to has had a different feeling to it. This one is a very rowdy place at night. It is a party. The lords and ladies had almost a musical show. What do we want our feeling to be inside the Blue Boat?
The ambiance. I think we need to cut the difference, don't you? We don't want everybody turning their noses up like they did at the night.
I'd like it to be like Avi and Brick's house.
100%. Inviting, kind, warm.
Well, I think then we just keep more of the same. You felt how it was when we were in there.
I don't think there's much of a gimmick. And Meridia, forgive me, I think your father might... People knowing that your father's there, they'll frankly be interested in that. Though, in his own way, he'll be serving the tavern again.
I think he'd probably like that.
So, there we have a home. It could look a bit like this place, but less rowdy. Plus, we're in a good district. We
And
might
it is
be able
our
to
home.
catch a... It is our home. Rainier will probably come. Volo, I'm sure, will frequent it from
Of course,
time to
Vola
time.
will come.
So we'll have nobles. We'll have the common people. I suggest having a few nights for the guard and watch specifically. A celebration of our law enforcement officers.
I did not like the last time we had to interact with them.
Well,
They did not seem very good at their job.
they're incredibly effective. Those two were on the take. But identifying which ones are on the take is a good thing. Who racks up debts?
We
Who
could do-
collects the debts?
What do we do if Captain Aranya starts spreading rumors about the blue boat?
I mean, he'll take a small look at Meridia and, just out of the corner of his eye and be like, we'll cross that bridge as we come to it. Or gangplank, is that the word?
One or the other, really.
Gangplank.
You can go under a bridge in a boat, though. There are
True
multiple
enough.
ways. You don't have to just walk over the bridge. You could swim.
Yes.
I think maybe
Maisie just got thinking.
we will deal with Captain Aranyos. I think it might be wise maybe to let him make the next move.
And kill me.
No, we have been very good about being careful so far. We just need to tread lightly still.
Be slightly more worried about our business. Don't exactly want our home to burn down.
This is true.
Especially if it's got the name of the joke that played on him.
That might have been a short-sighted idea, but it's ours now.
I have an idea, but you might not like it.
I'm not going to have sex with him.
Damn it. That wasn't the idea.
Media
though.
covers her ears and blushes.
Please, you're over 90 at least.
It's like, I haven't even had my name day.
True, sorry.
That's true. Well, we should have your name day at some point. We'll plan that for the future.
We've got time.
What's your
What
idea?
if, like you were saying before, what can we offer him? He stops trying to kill me. We need to ease the situation. Ultimately, it was our fault. I definitely came up with an idea to steal his boat and included Hydarian in that. And,
Could we just pay him?
well,
Just
what?
pay him off?
We don't have that money right now. However, what if we offered him a... Sorry, excuse me.
Someone behind is like, oh, choked on a pretzel.
Choked on a candy. What if we offered him a limited time, set amount, pot ownership, so he could be in on the joke, constant money coming in, and it makes him look like less of a dumbass.
Nami, I like that idea. Plus, we can work the contract that he has absolutely no say in the business, nor will he ever get another cut, say, one of us die.
No, but if we can tie him into the fame of the tavern Blue Boat, that could build up the fame of the Blue Boat itself, the actual vessel.
He changed the name back to the poet's pen.
But it was the boat formerly known as the Blue Boat.
Yes.
And if he was smart, he might change it back and he could be representing us everywhere he goes.
No, but think of it more like a monument, a museum almost. Like, people want to know where the Blue Boat came from. Well, there is the vessel itself.
There's plenty of money opportunities.
I like it.
Is everyone okay with that? I know it's coming from everyone else's shares.
It's a gamble, though. Getting the captain to agree. He did lose.
Did you not see his negotiating the other day?
I did. I'm not worried about Whistler's skills. I'm worried about the agreeableness of the captain.
This
His
is
own
the
pride.
only above-board way of doing it. And if that doesn't work, I'll tap Meridia. I think we'll all know that we've given our scholars best in trying to handle that situation with non-violence and egalitarian means. If things should change after that due to his part in a breach of contract, trust me, we can deal with that too.
It would be rather unfortunate to knock him off the ship.
Plus he can go around buying more hats.
You could give him hat advice.
I won't push it.
I think that is... We now just have to get in contact with him.
Shouldn't be hard.
What?
Shouldn't be hard at all.
No, we'll just go down to the docks.
Should we maybe think of maybe
A neutral place.
an ambassador? Arbitrator, maybe? A middleman. That is what I wanted.
We
The
can.
woman we used the other day, though, she didn't cost that much, honestly.
I would leave that to you.
I'm just saying, walking into the Kraken's den is not really the
No, I
greatest.
think we should meet somewhere in the middle. Somewhere public.
Is this the kind of thing you guys do every day?
Yeah.
So far, yes.
Cool.
We're adventurers, sometimes heroes.
Sometimes dead.
Today you were heroes.
Today it was easy. I should
Clear
think.
choice between good and bad.
Do you think I could have some beer?
Of course.
Awesome.
I will. Would everybody else like an ale?
I'm good for the evening, but
Captain.
I'll take 2.
take mine.
Alright, I will return with a round.
As you go up there, you see that same door is ajar. And you see the elf.
What is funny? What?
Just the
What did I
door
miss?
being ajar and the old when is a door not a door.
I tried not to, man.
It's like a vintage.
This is
Sean and
vintage.
Door
This is
is
vintage
jar.
Steve Sean like from 15 years
is
ago.
a jar.
It doesn't matter. She gets the joke. She just doesn't get why we're laughing at it because it's so bad. Anyways, he is leaning against it and he kind of looks at you. He's got like high cheekbones, like Vanilla Ice style, you know. And he sees you and he kind
Rob
of
Van
nods.
Winkle.
Yeah, he nods at you as you kind of make eye contact with him, and he kind of smiles.
The elf.
Yep,
Got it.
long, beautiful blonde hair.
Keep nod and just keep walking.
He kind of watches you, and as you all look up at Hydarian, you kind of see him in the background. He nods at you all and kind of nods and glances towards the door and flashes you a little smile.
To Hydarian?
To kind of all of you.
I'll start walking that way.
It's not that same elf that was like back in that back room. It is.
That's the one.
It's him.
It's him.
Your new friend.
It's him.
Uh-oh,
You
we
passed
about
the
to
note.
die.
Yeah, I left him the note.
We're all gonna
Yeah, and
die.
what did your note say again? Just like a hello, right?
Will you be my friend? Yes, no,
Yeah.
circle
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
No, it said yes, yes.
Will you be my friend? Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, but in a different
Marry
ink.
me.
Are Garland and Cuddy still around?
You
they
don't see them. They seem to
bounced?
have left.
I need like a special call. What are you?
I don't do it.
Call!
Yeah, I think looking around. Meredith, I think we're gonna go handle some business.
She's like, okay, I'll keep the table.
You don't want to bring her along?
No,
It's like, no, you go ahead.
I don't.
I've never been so happy. I'll just stay right here. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm definitely going to be safe here on my own.
Do I see anyone that I recognize at all?
Well, just who I described.
Durnan was
Yagra, Durnan, and then now
Three strings.
Davil. And then you see 3 strings, the bard, playing.
You know what? I'm gonna go up to 3 strings.
All right. In fact, they've ended a song and he's tuning down, 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 down.
EADGB.
I'll give,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
He's
give
like,
a clap.
he's like,
you know?
oh, Whistler.
I'll be like, 3 strings, and I'll lean in. Big, wonderful performance. I'll be like, will you watch that girl at the table there? Make sure nothing happens to her, please.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Thank you.
Of course, good to see you.
You as well.
Down, 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 down. You gentlemen ready?
I'll be like, all right.
Can't kill her.
I'm like, okay. I think we're good to go. Meridia, enjoy yourself. Enjoy. Is this your first ale?
She's like, I had some sips, but it's the first one for me.
Oh, also, here's a dagger.
She's like, oh, sure. Slips it in her belt.
Every part of an adventuring party should have a dagger.
It's like,
I don't have a dagger.
well,
That's true.
I'll be fine.
Yes, you will.
All right.
He's gonna kill her.
Oh, but not tonight. It'll be when you least expect it.
Far later. Yeah, I guess we'll all enter the room.
All right. As you approach, he kind of looks at you all and smiles, and it's like, company. Do come in.
It looked like an invitation. I hope we haven't overstepped.
Not at all. Have you eaten? Would you like some food?
I think I'm okay at the moment. Thank you so much, though.
He kind of pushes the door open. He's like, please come in. I rent this room. It's convenient to do business here.
Wonderful.
You must be Enid. You left me a lovely note.
That is me.
It's like,
Did you like it? Did you like the note?
well, I found it intriguing.
Okay. But you liked it.
I suppose that remains to be seen. Please, let's discuss business.
Yes.
And he motions you all in and closes the door. It's a pretty small room, but you do see a desk with a chair behind it. You can see that there's papers. You can see that he's wearing a brass key around his neck, and he locks the door behind you guys. There's a couple of chairs and like a plush couch kind of sit around, like a love seat and a couch.
Any windows?
Nope, no windows in here. And he kind of goes to the desk and he leans against the desk. He doesn't go behind it, he kind of leans against it. And he goes, the Finders of the Deep. Incredible. Made a bit of a splash. Friends with Volo, friends with Renair, negotiating trade across the seas? Who are you? None of you are even Waterdeepian, are you?
Not one of us, I'm afraid.
I am impressed, and so are my employers. I wonder. Forgive me for being forward. Let me get to know you all first. My name is Davil Starsong. I'm a businessman. I work with various networks. Perhaps the network. What about you all? What's your name, dear? Please. Why do you look to him? I've given you my real name. You can give me yours or not. It doesn't matter to me. We already know it.
Okay, let's be honest, you can go around and ask anyone. I'm Nami.
Nami, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you. We've been catching eyes as we all...
I know, I've seen you all frequenting here, and Durnan seems to have taken a liking to you. The troll. You helped with the troll, and
Yes.
then Yagra.
And of course, we've seen at least Yagra coming out of this way, so...
Yagra's a
friend.
sweet girl. She is... Well, she's got a lot of energy that we can direct, but her heart's in the right place. Her heart is in it for the money, but aren't we all, really, at the end? You are Enid, I know this already. And Enid, if I may say so, as beautiful as a spring rain.
Yep.
It's not often Eladrin come to the city. They tend to not like the trappings, the congestion. So, you have brought a light to this darkness.
Oh, thank you.
You, Hydarion.
That would be me.
Triton's also fairly rare in this city, despite the thankless work your people do.
My people do work, yes. They are tireless.
And we're all, without even knowing it, so thankful.
Sure.
With every breath we draw.
Sure.
Safe from the elements that would come from the deep. Do you all know what the Tritons do? Every day. Has he even told you? They're ever so humble.
Only so vaguely. I'd love to hear more.
Well, in short, elemental water, essentially. There are, as you know, maybe you don't, the plains. The barriers between them tend to be thin, and his people defend us from those that would come from the elemental plane of water to, well, wreak destruction and turn this place into a purely blue globe. And I'm sorry, Whistler, right?
I mean, yes, indeed. Master Star Song.
Whistler, nobility, even.
You have done your homework, Devil, and may I say, I appreciate it.
Well, I don't invite anyone in this room that I don't know, that I don't believe I could trust. May I be direct with you all, please?
Preferred.
And he turns around a little bit, kind of puts his hands on the desk. You all are acquaintances of Renaer Neverimber. Surely you know of his father. Such a shame. Disgraced. Embezzling money. You know the story by now, I'm sure. Some of that hoard that was owed to the metallic dragons in the time of troubles. Well, apparently he skimmed a little off the top and kept some from them. Hid it away, they say, in the very city. Did Renaer tell you anything about that? And before you answer me, know that I do intend to make it worth it for you all. My employers are keenly interested in where this gold might be stored. The rumors have it anywhere between 250,000 to 1,000,000 dragons. That is a sizable hoard, and given that it wasn't liquid, it was coinage and trinkets, that would take up a sizable amount of space, larger than the Yawning Portal even, so somewhere in this city, or the Undermountain perhaps, that gold is just sitting, and it was taken by a criminal, skimming off the top, Neverimber himself, disgraceful. Turned tail, of course, ran to Neverwinter. I hear he's doing good things there, but I mean, even a broken watch tells time right twice a day, right?
I'm always saying that.
Oh, you wonderful. It's a great saying. Here's my proposal. My employers, well, they want that gold. You can understand why. I'm sure you all want that gold as well, but it would be impractical, the four of you, even if you could find it, to get it all out without winding up dead. I propose this. 10% of whatever we find for the whereabouts of the Stone of Golor and any information you can find to help us find this vault, this secret hiding place. There's a stone, and it's rumored that Neverimber stored a memory of where this is located within that stone itself. Its past hands. Maybe I can shed some light on some of the situation in Waterdeep. No doubt by now you've seen that there is blood in the streets. And it's ever more complicated than you probably think. It's not the Xanathar Guild and the Zhentarim, or at least not only. It is. The Zhentarim Guild itself has split in twain. There are two factions within the Zhentarim. One is still calling themselves the Zhentarim, the other the Black Network. The Black Network have a leader from old. Powerful spellcaster, thought long dead, has cloned himself time and time again. Numerous clones of his have run amok along the Sword Coast for generations. His name is Manshun, and if you don't know that name, and it doesn't send terror shaking down your spine, then believe me when I say it should. I work within the Zhentarim. We're Historically, you could say that we haven't always been above board, but at the end of the day, we're simply business people. We want trade to flourish. We've had entire towns under our control that have been built as a result of our efforts. Schools that wouldn't otherwise be there, and protections for the farmers that would live there. The Zinterim of old are fractured now, thanks to Manshun's return. And the Xanathar, we were this close to negotiating a truce. Did you know that? This close. But the Xanathar, in his absolute insanity and depravity, he had the Stone of Galore in his possession. And at one point, he knew where the vault was, but the memory is wiped when the stone is no longer in your possession. Someone stole it off him. We don't know who, but he has blamed the Zinterim and thus the war in the streets. It's for naught. People dying out there for absolutely nothing. Not a thing. We don't have it. We didn't steal it from him, and believe me, if we did, the war would have been over by now because we would have paid him off. It's not good for business. You know we take care of ours. When a Zint is killed, you know we take care of their family. Maybe you didn't know that. We have a better payout than even the Watch. That's why it's so easy to get recruits. No one else does that. We take care of ours. And we're willing to take care of you if you're willing to help us. We just need to know the whereabouts of the Stone of Galore. And I don't expect that you know where it is now. This isn't a shakedown. But Renaer might. And if he doesn't, someone around him does. We certainly thought that he did. But we've learned that it has some magical properties. It truly does disappear from one's memory when it's not in their possession. Someone out there knows where this vault is right now or how to access it, and yet hasn't. Where is the Stone of Galore? Where is it? We don't know. But we're willing to pay handsomely if you find it, and if you don't want to help us, that's a lot of gold. It would be open season, not only from the Zint you know, but the Black Network, the Xanathar Guild, and other powers that would be seeking that gold for whatever reason. The Lord's Alliance, hell, maybe even the Harpers, although I don't believe they would even lift a finger to go after something like that.
No.
Well, there it is. I've laid it all out for you. I'm sorry for being so forward, but you strike me as the type who appreciates someone speaking truthfully.
What does the stone look like?
You know, I don't know, but I've heard it's small and black and smooth and has 3 notches in it, but I haven't seen it myself. Only heard a description.
There's no indication on who stole.
At this point, no. The Xanathar believed it to be us. It wasn't. The Black Network, perhaps, Manshun would do with that gold. Maybe Xanathar's being clever, although he doesn't strike me as one. He's petty, you know. It's not to do with that infernal fish of his, which I've seen once, and it's not a sight to behold, but he's obsessed with it.
Haven't heard a thing about the fish, I'm afraid.
You haven't? Oh, well, clearly you haven't been in Waterdeep long enough. Yes, he's got a fish, some goldfish, some fat little thing that puffs about his bowl, and he is ever so in love with it. It's quite silly, in fact. He is quite paranoid, insane. I don't know if he is even the right gender for those things. I hear they reproduce by dreams. Horrid creatures. Whatever the Xanathar is. Dastardly.
I tend to agree that had one, whether the Zentrum, the Black Network, or the Xanathar actually possessed it, one of them would have already accessed that gold.
Agreed. I have a prevailing theory that I'm willing to share with you in the spirit of cooperation. I think there's more to it than just the stone. I think there's keys. Magical locks, perhaps. Rituals, maybe.
That's what the notches might be.
Absolutely, Enid. That is very insightful.
Knowing where it is not the only piece. Accessing it is something separate.
That's the prevailing theory with me and my superiors.
One would not just simply leave that much wealth in a room without taking precautions other than a stone.
Exactly. It's far too much wealth to just leave sitting around somewhere with only the memory of it. Well, some child could stumble upon it and suddenly be one of the richest powers in Waterdeep. Imagine the sight.
Interesting.
Now, I've shared a lot. Do you know anything about this? What else have you heard? Who else might be looking for the money? I think quid pro quo is more than fair here. I've given you everything you need to know about what's going on in the streets of Waterdeep, and I believe you could even affect it. Adventurers and outsiders as you are.
Well, as a sign of good faith, I can tell you two things. One, in our dealings with Rainier, he doesn't seem to know anything. If he did, perhaps we'll look into it now. Nothing's given that away, and we've spent a bit of time. So,
I believe you.
I don't know that that's true.
Or if he did know about it at some time, it's now gone from his memory.
Could be.
Such, I believe, is the machinations of the stone.
I will tell you that there are other players you might not know. Some that are a bit infernal.
Oh?
There are
You've
those
intrigued me.
out there who need to pay off potentially a debt. Or a rather large debt to, frankly, the largest debt collector there is.
Asmodeus.
Yes.
There are many players at work here, aren't there? That is interesting. Thank you for that, Whistler. Look at this cooperation that we can have. What would you all do with that money? Let's say it were a mere $250,000. What would you do with 25,000 dragons? Split amongst you, I imagine. That's more money than... That's a lot of money, let's put it that way. What if it's more? What if it's 1 million? What would you do with 100,000 gold pieces?
That's quite a bit. You could have a whole keep.
There is no point in imagining money you do not have, spending it.
Oh, but it's fun. It's a thought exercise. What's your creativity, Hydarion? Is he always this dour? You've sailed with him, right?
Yes, he is.
We could have a fleet of ships.
That
Not
is
just
nice,
one.
but we don't have the money, so we cannot have the fleet of
I'd call it
ships.
practical.
Fair enough. Enid, what would you do with that much money?
Oh my goodness, I would travel.
Beautiful.
I would
Well
meet-
said. You could go everywhere. Your money would spend everywhere. Dragons are recognized in all corners of Toril.
I'd want to go beyond, but yes.
Beyond Toril. I love it. She is adventurous. You're a stick in the mud. What about you, Whistler? What would you do with that money?
So many thoughts on what I could do with that money. I could have a harem. I could have another castle.
Yes, a man after my own heart.
Who knows? Maybe find things of power, be a collector myself. Who knows? There are things that gold can buy that, well, they really translate elsewhere as well.
Well, I think this has been productive. We should continue these conversations. As you learn more, as I learn more, I'm willing to share what we find out. And if, through this cooperation, that gold does turn up, then you help us and lead us to it. As I've said, 10% is what I've been authorized to offer you, which is sizable, I assure you. Individually, I doubt anyone else would make out quite as well as you all. So,
True enough, and if our information's good and you've been cleared for 10%, I'm sure that means that we can go up to 15.
a Whistler. I like him. We'll have to see, won't we?
Yes, we will.
And I know what would grease those wheels. Any information about the Stone of Galore.
Indeed.
It's out there.
It is
Somebody
out
has
there.
it right now. Someone in this city knows where all that gold is. Can you imagine having such a burning secret? I can't. Well, every corner you turn, wondering who knows. Having to watch behind your back, and not having a network to support you with that knowledge. Must be terrifying.
Whistler totally appreciates Davil so hard. He's like, indeed it must be. But only the strong survive.
That's right. Well, Was there anything else to discuss? Do you have any questions for me? I've been spewing all this information. I hope it's been helpful.
It has maybe given us some wind behind the sails, but as we have discussed already, there are a lot of players in this game, some of which carry a bit more weight than others.
Don't I know it? This is my everyday, Hydarion. I love it, but I also fear it. Wake up at any time with a dagger to my throat. Maybe don't wake up at all. That's the game I play and the life I've chosen. I would only accept you all in as partners. I don't expect you to get, and I would protect you as best I could.
Is there a theory on if Neverember in fact embezzled all of this, which we're all assuming that he did because it's there? If it's there, hopefully. Why hasn't he come and got it slowly? Why is that? And why do it in the first place?
That's a great
Daggle
question.
Neverember was a well-regarded noble and has his own town.
I'll give you one more piece of the puzzle then. Well, it isn't a theory. Why he embezzled it, I couldn't say. But he did, and the gold exists. And I know this because it was his former advisor, a vizier, his name escapes me, his personal mage, who worked with him to create the Stone of Galore. You see, he knew if he was thinking about where the gold is, that could be skimmed. It could fall into the wrong hands with some questions and some spell casting. So he stored the memory of it in this stone. The spellcaster wiped his own memory, or so he told him. The spellcaster, thinking he could get something out of it, brought it to the Xanathar. It exists. The stone exists, and this spellcaster stole it from Neverember. But the Xanathar is rash, and he killed the spellcaster for his endeavor. Didn't work out quite the way he thought. He didn't have a network to support him. He didn't have a backup plan. So the question is, why? I don't know. But there isn't a question of if. He did. That gold exists, and it is somewhere here in the Undermountain or in some warehouse or somewhere. Maybe a pocket dimension, I don't know. But it is here. And I want it. And so I think do you.
I do want it.
I don't think anyone is denying that. Well, we know where you can be found.
Indeed you do. Come chat anytime. I'm happy to talk about anything. Culture, particularly. I love learning about the Feywild. It's wonderful. Been once. It was a strange experience, but I did love it in its way. I'm always happy to discuss the plight of the Triton people. I know more about it than most in this city. Do you know that the network supports them? We do. You may not realize it.
I would caution you when looking into my people that judging them all by the actions of the many might be a misstep in the long run.
So true. So true. Well spoken. Well spoken indeed. Of course I dare, and I'm sorry if I offended you.
None taken.
Well, unless there's anything else to discuss. Can I buy you drinks? Can you put it on my tab tonight? Would you do that for me?
We'll do one.
Oh, okay. Food, drinks, they're on me. I'll tell Durnan. He knows I'm good for it. The network takes care of our own.
We have no doubt. This has been illuminating, and Dabble, you are enchanting.
Oh, thank you, Whistler. Does the old hand over.
They'll both hand over it.
They're both trying to get the one up on the handshake.
They're just
I'll go in.
Yeah. Yep. Does the weasel with you?
The C-word Z shake. Or the
C-word shake.
The C-word shake. Yep. You do the C-word shake.
Z shake. Z.
Enid, thank you for your note. You set this in motion. I wasn't sure if you all wanted to chat. Did I take your meaning correctly? That you were prepared to have these negotiations? Wonderful.
We're grown up.
Yeah, but we did a business.
I'll have one business, please.
Just doing a business.
And business.
It's like, Hydarian, as a sailor, the seaward shake, I presume, is wonderful. Thank you all. Enjoy your evening. Come back anytime. You all walk out, and he kind of leans against the door, smiles at you all one more time, and pushes it closed.
Did he look at Whistler's butt?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
He's watching you all leave like, yep.
Hate to see you go.
Love to see you leave.
Meridian's just fine.
Oh, yeah. She's dead. No.
She's drunk.
She's in fact sitting, she's got her legs up, and she's talking to one of the bards, who's like kind of leaning, and he's just like talking to her. She's like, drinking a beer.
Does he look like he's flirting?
Maybe a little. Doesn't seem to be overt
Yeah,
necessarily, but yes.
I still think, be like, don't you have a performance to get back to? I'm going to have a drink with my goddaughter.
He's like, yeah. Happy. Hey, it was nice meeting you, Mirdia. All right.
I'm sure it was.
He's like, good evening, folks.
That was quite the meeting.
Indeed it was.
I need a nap.
I think I do too. I'm actually fairly drained.
It was a long process. Maybe a night's rest.
By the way, I took Strong Peter to the stable for you.
What were his wrists like?
Oh, his horse wrists. Yeah, they're pretty sturdy.
Okay, good. I didn't get a chance to inspect them.
Strong, I hope.
Thank you, sweet Meridia. Tomorrow, we're going shopping, everyone.
Girl alive.
I can get a cape.
Absolutely, and I can
Yes.
I can meet your girlfriend.
of the name of
You really seem smitten with her.
Finfina. I like Finfina. I remember her name.
We did tell him we would get a drink.
Should get a drink. It's
I would
good
like some
business.
food.
Then let's get food instead.
Let's get drinks and food and take it upstairs.
Sure.
Or we could be down
probably
here.
in the rules.
The longer we stay down here, the more people are going to approach us about things and talking, and we've got so much on our plates already.
There is a point to that.
It's hard being famous.
I don't know it.
You all are too much.
All right, you all head up to bed.
Yeah.
Together.
All
Naturally.
Meridia first.
Meridia hits the
Who's
trap.
in the room?
Meridia triggers the trap. She's dead, I'm afraid. Anything you all wish to discuss amongst yourselves as you start to drift off to sleep?
I don't know that I want to discuss something, but I would maybe go into whatever the washroom is
Yeah, you've got a standard
in here, because I know
WC.
we're all in like
you're
a
in
dorm,
common room,
right?
Right.
I do think he'd bring one of his things, like just a little pack that he has with him, and close the door. I won't think he's completely laid to waste from being possessed.
Yeah.
And I think it got him thinking, and I think he'll dig in, find a small bag, and then undo it, and pull out his father's signet ring, like the king's ring that he keeps. I think he'll spend some time in quiet contemplation, and then put it on.
Love it. Anything else from the rest of you? As you start to head to bed, you want to have any conversations amongst yourselves?
No, I would just get Mirdia all set up.
Yeah, she's like, I haven't slept in a bed in so long. It's so comfortable.
Oh my god.
Is this are these feathers? Oh, I haven't had this in years. She like stretches out. So, oh, the sheets feel so good.
I think Hydarian would seem a little irritated, but nothing really too much.
Fair enough. Davil rubbed him the wrong way.
A little bit.
Davil would like to rub him the right way if you want to give him an opportunity.
Swim upstream.
Everyone's trying to pick up Hyberian.
He's a beautiful, beautiful Triton.
Now that I know that he's Merman Eric Bana, I'm even more about it.
All right. Well, gang, I think we'll wrap up there.
Okay.
It's 10:10, so we could do some stuff in the morning if you guys want, or we could kick off the morning. Let me ask you this before we decide what we're going to do. What do you all want to accomplish tomorrow? That'll help me gauge if we should keep going for a little bit or if we should wrap it up here.
I guess want to get Meridia clothes, want to start furniture shopping and stuff like that, which, given I don't need to roleplay.
I'd rather skip past some of that stuff. So why don't you guys tell me, out of character, what you plan to do next so that we can kind of think about it and plant the seed for next episode?
Shopping, see my girlfriend, Finfina.
Yep, old Finfina.
And try to figure out how we're going to orchestrate some meeting with Araños.
Okay, we'll start with that. We'll start with the meeting, I think, taking place, essentially. So we'll skip past the clothing buying, unless you want to have some conversation with Finfina.
Let's just do Finfina.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll do Finfina.
She's the only, named one that we're going to, right? Everybody else is like, I'm furniture dealer X.
I'm furniture dealer Y. I'll just use my human name generator. Okay, and then what else would you guys like to accomplish next session?
Enid would like to start thinking about what she's going to do about her family.
Yeah.
Whistler's, I think, number one stressed on Enid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Cool, all right, well, I think we'll end there.
Yeah, that sounds so fun.
Enid's dead. Meridia's dead.
Everybody dead. Hey, thank you all for joining us tonight. I am going to launch a raid on our friend's mini terrain domain, but I'm going to play that intro video one more time. So, High Score Kid, if you're sitting around, Sean, if you're watching it, intro video,
intro video,
intro video, intro video, intro video, intro video. One last thought. We didn't roll a single die tonight, which is awesome. So those are some of my favorites.
I had to roll that one insight on.
That's right. That's right. But we will not let these go to waste. So we had a number of divine inspirations.
We got that ale, man. We got the ale, ale deal.
We got the ale deal. So we are going to, actually, next session, I'm going to give you from these, we're not going to start with this many, because that's crazy. I'm going to give you all 2 natural 20s that you can use at any time, or a natural 1 from me. So rather than a reroll, a guaranteed 20. You guys will have 2 of those next session.
2 twins or oneies.
Yep, 2 twins or oneies, exactly. Okay, let's kick this raid off, and then I'm going to play the intro video one more time, and then when the video is over, we will kick that raid off. So if you guys would, make sure to tell everyone over at Mini Terrain Domain, hi.
And who sent ya? Just kidding.
And that you are
Did I get it? Okay, the raid is up, and here comes that intro video. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time.